Burnt ends are one of the most popular dishes in all of barbecue, and for good reason. They're just little cubes of barbecue gold. Everybody seems to love them, usually made from the point of the brisket or the pork belly. Today I got a whole pork shoulder, and we're going to turn this into pork shoulder burnt ends. Welcome back to the channel, and if you want to improve your skills in the kitchen, make sure you subscribe to the channel for new videos each and every week. So these pork shoulders usually come in packages of 2. So usually you get these pork shoulders and you're tempted to make pulled pork, which is fine. Pulled pork is absolutely delicious. If you didn't see my video for pulled pork, I'll put it right up here. Make sure you check that out after this video. So I took this one, I had it in the freezer for a little bit, took it out, let it defrost, and now we're gonna make these beautiful pork shoulder burnt ends. We're gonna just trim this up, we're gonna cube it, we're gonna put some nice barbecue rub on it, put it on the smoker, let it get a nice beautiful bark, and we're gonna have some good eating from this. So let's get this started, let's get this trimmed up. Let me show you how we do it. So our pork shoulder has a lot of fat running through the whole muscle. So all this fat on top, we want to remove this. I want to trim this up pretty good. See these pieces hanging off. Since we're cubing this, we could just cut this right down. This is what we want to expose and remove. So we're just going to be chewing on this. You always want to feel around for bone fragments, like this right here. It's 3 actually. Definitely don't want to bite into that. I want to get down and remove those. Another one. Wow. Didn't do a very good job butchering this pork shoulder. A lot of bone fragments. Alright, that looks pretty good. So let's cube this up. About, it looks like a good size. These are going to shrink up a bit, so we don't want to make them too small. We want these to be 1 bite. That's perfect right there. So I got the smoker at 275. I want to get a nice bark on these. That's another good thing to cube them like this. So each piece gets a nice bark. If we were just cook the whole pork shoulder, we'd get a nice bark on our whole pork shoulder, but then once we break it down, our cubes won't each have a nice bark on them. And all this fat running through the pork shoulder, that's what we want to break down. And that's what's going to make them nice and tender. I want these to just nice melt in your mouth. We don't want to have a tough chew on these. So we want to get that internal temperature to about 190. Where they're just ready to fall apart, but still holding their shape. Let's get some rub on these. Put these guys in a bowl. Got my pork barbecue rub. We're going to generously coat these guys. Just give that a nice toss. Yeah, we'll let that sit for 5 minutes or so. We'll put them on this wire rack. This way the smoke will get underneath our pork shoulder bites here too. And we'll get them on. Alright, so we just put our pork on. We're going to let this go about 3 hours until we get a nice color. Get some nice smoke in this pork shoulder. And once we get the color we're looking for, we're going to wrap them up, get them nice and tender. Then we can glaze them with some barbecue sauce and we'll be ready to enjoy. So we'll let this guys go, we'll let the smoker do its thing. We'll see him a little later. So we got some time to kill while our pork's going. Figure I'll give you a few suggestions on what to do while you're waiting for the pork shoulder to go. First thing you can do, hit that like button. Really appreciate it. Helps these videos reach more people. Go ahead, hit that thumbs up icon. Another thing you can do, it's a little hot out. Grab yourself a nice refreshing mojito. Really good, really delicious. If you didn't see my video for the mojito, put it right here. Check that out after this video. Really refreshing drink. Just hang out, sip on this while the pork shoulder's going. And third, another thing you can do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This way you never miss a video. If you're already subscribed, why don't you put a comment down below. Let me know some of your favorite cocktails, some of your favorite barbecue dishes you'd like to see, or any dish you'd like to see in general. Let me know. Alright, I'm going to hang out here, finish this, maybe another one by the time that's done. And we'll check on that in a little bit. Let's see where we're at. Those are looking mighty fine right there. Nice color. Yeah, I think we're just about ready to wrap these up. Let's take them inside, wrap them up. This way we get them nice and tender. Well, these are looking really beautiful right here. Nice color. Internal temperature is 170 degrees. So we're ready to wrap these guys up. Get them tender, finish them off, get them to about 190. Once we get to 190, we're going to glaze them up, tack on that sauce, and they'll be ready to eat. So to wrap these guys up, really easy. I just got this disposable half pan here, and we're just going to put a touch of apple juice in it, just to line the bottom. So we keep all that moisture in this pork. We don't want them to dry out. We'll just transfer them to the pan here. Probably let it go for about an hour, then we'll give it a check. Remember, we're trying to get that 190 internal temperature. Wrap it in foil, nice and tight. Bumped up the temp to 350. Check these in about an hour. All right, pulled our pork off the smoker. It's probing just over 190, or 195. And they're looking really, really nice. You can see, just no resistance. That's what we're looking for. Want to feel like you're poking softened butter. And these are feeling really good. They look great. So now we're just going to glaze these up. Really easy to do here. I'm just going to take my vinegar-based barbecue sauce. That's what I use for my baby back ribs. It's a great sauce because it's not too thick, so it acts as a nice glaze. We don't want globs of sauce. Just want to glaze these up. Put some of that sauce. Then we'll drizzle in a touch of honey to really make sure they're nice and glazed. Sheen them up a bit. And we'll toss all this in there. Make sure everyone's coated up nicely. We're going to bump up the heat to 375. So we just want this sauce to tack on. And then these will be ready to enjoy. I'm 100% certain that I'm going to enjoy these. All right, that looks good. Put them back on. About 15-20 minutes. They'll be ready to go. Uncovered, by the way. We don't want to put the cover on there. We have the tenderness we want. We don't need to steam them anymore. They're perfectly cooked. We just want this glaze to tack on. So let's get these back on. All right, we let our sauce tack on a good 15 minutes. These are looking fantastic. Give one of these a try. Oh my God. It's just an explosion of flavor. Smoke, sweet, a little bit of spice. That's a perfect bite of barbecue right there. That's money right there. That's it. There's no other way to describe it. Next time you have a pork shoulder, instead of doing pulled pork, give this a shot, because this is awesome. Subscribe to the channel, give the video a like. Thanks again for watching.